Hello students. Today we'll see about heart, human heart, structure of human heart and double circulation of blood in human heart. This topic is very important, so you need to see it very carefully. It's very important. If we start about the human heart, that in previous video I had explained the heart is fist shaped. What is the shape of the heart? Fist shaped. And if we see the size, it's 12 centimeter in length. Its size. Heart is enclosed inside rib cage, and human heart is slightly shifted to the left side of the thoracic cavity. So I need to say human heart and lungs both are enclosed inside rib cage. Dear children, human heart is four-chambered. Human heart is four-chambered, two auricles and two ventricles. So oxygenated and deoxygenated, both bloods are separated with each other, and that is why human beings are warm-blooded animals. Warm-blooded means the living organisms who can adjust their body temperature as per the surrounding temperature or environmental temperature. It's called warm-blooded animal. See, the muscles of the heart is called cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles, muscles inside heart is called cardiac muscles, and these muscles are non-fatigue muscles. Muscles never tired. It's called non-fatigue muscles. We find a layer around the heart. This is called perichondrial membrane. What is perichondrium? There is a membrane that is cover the entire heart. It's protective in nature, in which some fluids are present. That fluids try to save the heart from jerk, external jerk. That is called perichondrium. What is the name of the membrane? Pericardium. So these all information already I had given you my previous video. Now today children will learn about the structure of the human heart. That is very important. You must see how I am going to draw the outlook structure of the human heart. So see, you need to see very carefully. If I try to draw, see, we'll try to divide it in two equal halves. See children, try to divide in two equal halves. This is the septum. That septum divide the heart into two equal halves. Here, I try to make you the four-chambered heart. How nicely you can count 1, 2, 3 and 4. So human heart is four-chambered. See, this is your right hand, this is your left. So your right hand will indicate the left and your left hand indicates the right. It's very good thing to learn. This is right, so this would be left. So this is called, see, different kinds of aorta. Easy to draw this structure. Here we find I am going to give you only the outlook structure of the human heart. How many compartments you see here? 1, 2. This is called left auricle. Left auricle. This is called left ventricle. And this is what? Septum. This is what? Septum. This septum divides half of the portion. In the same way, see children, draw how the tubes are connected with each other. This is called left, this means your right. It's called right auricle. This is called right ventricle. So this is the four chambered heart. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two are auricles, the chambers which are situated at above, auricles, and these are ventricles. Left auricle, left ventricle, right auricle, right ventricle. Four chambered heart. This is aorta, that is the big artery. This is called pulmonary vein, that always contains oxygenated blood. This is called pulmonary artery. This is called superior vena cava. Superior vena cava. And this is called inferior vena cava. Both are the veins, but this portion is situated above, it's called superior, and this is situated just below, it's called inferior vena cava. Now this is the simple structure, children. Now what happens? You must remember, left auricle, left portion of the heart always contains oxygenated blood. Left portion of the heart always contains oxygenated, means pure blood, and right portion of the heart always contains deoxygenated blood, impure blood. This is very important. Now I will try to show you how the blood is moving. What is the double circulation? So see, this is what? Lungs. You know, it's purifying the blood, and I want to show you, these are the body organs. So what happened? When blood moves inside lung, there is a purification during the process of external respiration that I have taught already. So blood purifying lungs, and that blood is moving where? In left auricle through pulmonary vein. See, all veins contain deoxygenated blood except, this is what? Pure blood. The blood is coming from the lungs after purification. This is what? Pure blood is moving. See, children, here we find two valves. There is two flaps are there. It's called bicuspid valve. Bicuspid valve. There is two kind of lids. It tries to protect the backflow of the blood. It protects the backflow of the blood. It's made up of two flaps. It's called bicuspid valve. It is discovered by a mitral scientist. That is why it's called mitral valve, also known as mitral valve. And now here, this valve, it's made up of three flaps. It's called tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve, because it's made up of three flaps. It also protects the backflow of the blood. Only this is the. Now blood moves here, oxygenated blood. The volume of auricle filled. Now what happened? It exerts pressure on the flaps. Flaps opens, and now blood moves inside the left ventricle. Now the left ventricle filled, and it contracts. See, the wall of ventricles are thicker than auricles. Why? Contraction phase takes place in ventricle, so the blood is moving in high velocity, so there may be chance of rupture of the wall. That is why the wall of the ventricles are thicker than auricle. Now due to contraction phase of ventricle, blood is moving in high velocity outside the heart. It's called aorta, big artery, and further it categorized and branched into small. So from the arteries, now the pure blood is moving inside the different organs of the body, right? Blood is coming from the lungs, left auricle, then left ventricle, it pumps. Now blood is moving to the different parts of the body where internal respiration takes place. That we have studied. And in internal respiration, the pure blood gets impure. Now, because of the internal respiration, the pure blood gets impure, and also the capillaries portion, again through the veins, the impure blood will move inside heart. See, through the superior vena cava and through the inferior vena cava. See, impure blood is moving inside the right auricle. See, it contains oxygenated, this contains deoxygenated blood. Again, this will be filled up with the deoxygenated blood. It exerts pressure on the tricuspid wall, it will open, then the deoxygenated blood will move to this, it again contract. The blood is moving with a high speed. And see, pulmonary artery, all artery contain oxygenated blood except pulmonary. It contains deoxygenated blood and it is supplied to the lungs. Again blood moves inside lungs for further purification. So if I start from here, so what happened? One time blood is moving inside heart, then blood is coming outside from the heart, and again blood is moving inside heart. So to complete one cycle, blood enters inside heart twice. That is why this is called double circulation of blood. Double circulation of blood, the concept was given by first time William Harvey, right? So this entire blood circulation has two parts, children. Very important, I am telling you. The double circulation of blood categorized into systemic blood circulation and pulmonary. Second is pulmonary blood circulation. It's very simple. Systemic blood circulation and pulmonary blood circulation. Now see what happens in systemic, not systematic, systemic blood circulation. See, the process of circulation of blood from left auricle to right auricle. Sorry, I am telling you, the process of circulation of blood from the left ventricle to right auricle through different organs of the body except lungs. Everywhere it's moving, it's not moving in lungs. It's called systemic blood circulation. Means blood is moving from the left ventricle, then different parts of the body, and finally it reaches to the right auricle. So this is called systemic blood circulation. Now after it starts pulmonary blood circulation. So now from when blood moves here, the process of movement of the blood, of circulation of blood from the right ventricle to the left auricle through lungs is called pulmonary blood circulation. So entire double circulation of blood completes into two phases, pulmonary and systemic and pulmonary blood circulation. Now children, here we try to listen to sounds, love and dove. Love and dove. We try to see two sounds. So love and dove. These love and dove sounds created because of closure of these bicuspid and tricuspid valve. When bi and tricuspid valve close, there is a production of sound love. And when ventricular atrioventricular valves closes, so there is a production of the dove sound, right? So love and dove we try to see through the stethoscope, that we try to find out what is high blood pressure, low pressure, systolic and diastolic blood pressure. So I'll explain later. But apart from here, see, in right auricle we have two kinds of node, children. It's very important for the competition point of view. One is called, see children, It's called SA node. SA node. It's called sino-auricular node, or it is also called pacemaker. It's very important for the competitive point of view. Pacemaker is also called sino-auricular node or SA node, and this SA node is responsible to initiate the heartbeat. What is the function of SA node? It initiates the heartbeat, right? Below the SA node, we have another node. This node is called AV node. AV node. See, this AV node is called atrioventricular node. Atrioventricular node. What happens? These atrioventricular nodes receive the heartbeat from SA node and it distributes to the Purkinje fiber. After AV node, we have so many fibers of Purkinje. It's called Purkinje fiber. This Purkinje fiber used to spread the entire heartbeat in entire heart. Heartbeat distribution. This is the link. एक लिंक होता है ये, तो उस तरह से ये हार्टबीट क्या होता है, स्प्रेड होता है. अंडरस्टूड? So this is entire structure of outlook structure of heart. How the blood is moving inside the heart. If you any confusion, you may contact with me. And next chapter I'll explain about the systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Thank you.